Here are the cervical vertebrae. In this picture, we have the orientation of the vertebrae. The atlas is C1 and the axis is C2. Notice that the spinous process are the posterior aspect of the vertebrae, and the anterior aspect of the vertebrae are going to face our internal organs. Here is C1 through C7. C1 is the atlas, C2 is the axis. Notice that C3, C4, and C5 and C6 all have a bifid spinous process. And here is C7. Here is another illustration of C1 through C7. In this picture, notice that the dens of the axis articulates with the atlas. This allows for rotational movement. This is an anatomical illustration of the atlas. Let's start from the anterior and move towards the posterior. Here you can see the anterior tubercle, the anterior arch bilaterally. You can see the transverse process and the transverse foramen, which allows for the passage of blood vessels and nerves. The vertebral foramen is the large foramen in the center that allows for the passage of the spinal cord. You can also see the superior articular facets. The superior articular facets articulate with the occipital condyles of the occipital bone. Bilaterally, you can see the posterior arch, and you can also see the posterior tubercle. Now this is C2, the axis. Here you can see the spinous process. Here you can see the lamina. Here you can see the dens, which articulates with C1, the atlas. And here you can see the superior articular facets. These also articulate with the inferior articular facets of C1. And here is a picture of a vertebrae. You can see the long spinous process, the articular facets. You can see the vertebral foramen, the transverse foramen, the body, and the pedicle is this region here. Thank you.